Hello, everybody. We're now about to go live on TikTok and Twitch and YouTube. What is up, everybody? We are live. It's the biggest party of the summer. Welcome on in to everybody just tuning in. It's the biggest party of the summer. Welcome to night one of SummerSlam. SummerSlam is live from the US Bank Arena in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And to kick off tonight, it's go big or go home. The third and final installment in the Beast versus the Ruler. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar collide. Welcome on in to Lorelei over on Twitch. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. That's where I'll be live tonight. And if you want to support the channel, please subscribe over on the YouTube channel. That's been a big thing for me as of late as I approach daily video number 900. It's not something I've been too vocal about. If you go back to some of my earlier videos, like probably the first 10 or 15, I mentioned that I'll be posting a video every day until I get hired by a major wrestling company. And ever since then, I mention it here and there, but I don't say it as much. I do a lot of the content I do for progress, to get better. The only way to get better at something is to do reps. So welcome on into everybody. Welcome to Phil Stamper, who joined in over on TikTok. Shout out to the homie Phil Stamper. Morning. How are you, Phil? It's been a long time. How you been? Of course, that is over on TikTok. Kind of bumming today, working on a video now. That sounds awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to have your days where you're slowed down a bit and just sit and get some work done. You gotta have those days. It's the work that nobody sees is the work that matters the most. You're still crazy? Stir crazy. Welcome on in, Monkey Wrench, over on TikTok. So we've got some people in on TikTok. We got some people over on Twitch. Of course, SummerSlam will be live on the ESPN app. What a way to kick off SummerSlam it's going to be. Phone is acting up. Got you. Don't worry about it. Get back when you can. We're kicking off SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Ruler, the Beast. It is gonna be hectic. And speaking of hectic, long time no see barely over on Twitch. It has been a long time. I generally these days am only able to stream for premium live events based on my current timing. But for those interested, and you still need to get your fix of some Hype the Commentator commentary, you can head over to YouTube, where I post daily videos every single day. I post clips and full match commentary, so you can check that out over on YouTube. I also post clips on TikTok and Instagram as well as Facebook, if you happen to find my Facebook. So what's new, Barely? I should probably ask a question. How's everybody's day been? It has. So what you think? Which match during the show? I have two. Just been busy. Wrestling commentary, work's been keeping me busy. I've had some family in town. That's been the big part of my schedule. Two matches that'll steal the show. I think Gunther and Aldis will surprise a lot of people will surprise a lot of people who have never seen a Nick Aldis match. I think that will surprise a lot of people. Another one I think will also surprise a lot of people. Well, obviously, Brock Lesnar and Oba is going to steal the I'm curious to see how long they go in Hell in a Cell. If they're doing 4 and 5 minutes in regular matches, I wonder how long they're going to be able to drag out a Hell in a Cell. I'm out of curiosity. And obviously, the main event, they're going to kill it. They're going to kill it with Cody and Punk. It's the main event for a reason. I saw some clips of the interview and how, emotional he got heading into this match, not knowing when the next opportunity may come. I could see that. That's a possibility, Cody turning heel. Which is kind of ironic from what didn't happen in AEW. Thank you, everybody who's starting to run in and come in over on TikTok. How's everybody doing today? Who do you think is going to leave SummerSlam as the WWE champion? You know what? Scratch that question. Put all of your predictions in. Welcome in, Frankie, over on TikTok. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a good night. SummerSlam live for the US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You can see that the ruler, the king of the ring, Oba Femi, has arrived. Unfortunately, I can't show the matches. In fact, I'm actually doing TikTok from my phone. I can't show the matches. But I'll do my best to do commentary that'll make it seem like that you basically I'll do commentary like they did in the old days, where it's like you can see the action based on what I'm saying. I got you, Barely. You had me wondering for a second there what you were going for. That one will be good for tomorrow. I think that's tomorrow night, right? It's the first time. It's the second time, right? The second year SummerSlam has been 2 nights. A lot is at stake. I think in terms of the overall, the overall 2 nights, like tonight, I think tonight's the match that will steal tonight is going to be Aldis and Gunther. I think the match that'll steal tomorrow night is going to be a surprise from Penta and Gable. I can see that. But that's not to say that the main events aren't going to kill it, because they obviously are. They're the main event for a reason. I'm also curious. It appears that... Oh, never mind. Earlier, there was like a missing spot on the... Earlier on the card, there was a missing spot for the women's title ladder match photo. Oh, yeah. Barely, yeah. Gable already has match of the year. That's no doubt about that. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, that was one of the greatest matches, if not... I don't want to say the greatest match, because there are so many matches. But that's up there. That was a top match. That made it... It was so special. Americano, an original Americano, for those who don't know which match I'm talking about. Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad to hear your phone's doing good now, that your phone's all up and working. How's everybody doing over on the YouTube land? YouTube, you're a little quiet tonight. I do, for those who are new to the channel, when I'm doing my commentary, I'm also recording the matches so that I can do the recording my audio and video so that it can get posted onto YouTube as a video. And then I'm going to also make a clip out of it as well. Yeah. So I hope you guys stick around with me and enjoy the show with me. Oh, they're kicking off with the Women's World Title match. I thought they were kicking off with Hell in a Cell. It's a gold rush for Io Sky. It looks to reclaim, should I say, the Women's World Championship. I think I've seen Hell in a Cell as main event. Oh, it's main event? I thought they were, yeah, Now this should not be a joke. This is something that everyone should keep their eyes on. Io Sky and Liv Morgan stole the show at Night of Champions. Of course, the title wasn't on the line. What was on the line was becoming Queen of the Ring. And that's exactly what Io Sky managed to do, knowing that she was going to get to do it all over again against Liv Morgan. And little time did she waste to decide who she was going to challenge. She was going to run it back, knowing she can do it once, she can do it again. You think Roxanne turning on Liv? I don't know. Anything is certainly possible. I mean, the writing could be on the wall. Is the writing on the wall? Is there jealousy? Sure. I mean, she's the only woman in Judgment Day that doesn't have a title now. So there's got to be some jealousy and some resentment. Exactly. She has no title. Raquel has the Intercontinental title. Liv has the world title. Yeah. It's been long overdue for Raquel to have some sort of championship. I got where you were going with it. Don't worry, Barely. It's okay. I figured it out. I scrambled it and figured out that you were trying to say smart. Smart move. Liv Morgan, a woman who is undefeated here at the showcase, the biggest party of the summer. And she has the opportunity to keep the vibes flowing and keep that skin glowing as she looks to regain and retain the gold. You see referee Jessica Carr holding up the Women's World Championship. The gold is on the line. It's a replay from Night of Champions. Last time these two competed, it was for Queen of the Ring. Liv Morgan, despite being the world's champion, found herself in the tournament, which the tournament winner gets a world title shot. And when we were at Night of Champions, I asked the question, if Liv Morgan had become Queen of the Ring, would she have just taken the night off? Or would she have done something that, you don't see too often? Go out of her way to pick a challenger, not take the easy night to just enjoy the show, enjoy the summer vibes here in Minneapolis. However, we don't have to worry about that question. The question was answered. Io Sky won the Queen of the Ring tournament, defeated Liv Morgan in the finals, and no doubt made it very quick about who she was going to target come SummerSlam, which title she was going after. Now here we are, Women's World Championship on the line. Io Sky is on a rush for gold. She wants the gold back. It's been a bit since Io has been world's champion. Io ducks. Look at that display of athleticism. And a basement drop kick lays out Morgan. Io has got the momentum driving on her side right now. Up on the apron. An opportunity to take flight, but gets blocked as Liv Morgan pulls the leg of Io, should I say. Io is getting up on the barricade and again gets slipped up and gets dropped by Morgan. A crash landing. Just the way that Io Sky got sent into the barricade. Io Sky was sent back into the ring by Liv Morgan. Another basement drop kick. Just stomping away. 3-time world's champion, 4-time tag champion, Royal Rumble winner. You gotta say you can't say that she isn't up there, because Liv Morgan is her. Liv Morgan, you can't put any doubt on her, whether you love her or you hate her, because she can do it all. Oh, what a shot to the midsection. A penalty kick right to the breadbasket of Io Sky. Now it's time to take a play from the playbook of the late, great Eddie Guerrero, and something as a move that is used very much so by her boyfriend, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And the Three Amigos stuns Liv Morgan. Stuns Io Sky, should I say. Io Sky still showing signs of life. Let's get another look at this. Bang! Ran full speed ahead. Got a nice kick on Io Sky. Io Sky is eating the worst of it from Liv Morgan. Oh, an opportunity rolls through. Stops right on the midsection. However, that took a lot. That was on instinct as Io Sky collapsed right into the mat following the stomp, the double stomp, should I say, to the midsection of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was leaving no room for a regroup for Io Sky. However, Io Sky has found her own opening with a roundhouse kick, nailing Liv Morgan right in the ear. A little bit of a slip up there from Io Sky. But the thing about the genius of the Sky is she knows how to work her way around the ropes. Even a little slip up isn't going to stop her from keeping the momentum going. High risk. Missile drop kick gets all of it. And Io continues to get ready. Time to go psycho. Time to get crazy. Can't have a party in the summer without getting wild. And the train, I think it's time. Train's coming in. Bullet Train has arrived just on time to pick up Liv Morgan. Morgan went to the outside onto the apron to regroup. Perhaps get some air. Io not going to leave any room for an opening. Up and through. Oh my! A sunset flip bomb to the floor. Io Sky nailing Liv Morgan to the floor. Let's get another look. Through the top and middle rope. Got some nice height. And the velocity coming down from that bomb did quite a bit of damage, quite a significant amount of damage to Liv Morgan. As Liv Morgan, and you saw her hold onto her mid-lower back. That could play into effect. The longer this match goes, the back, it starts to feel heavier and heavier. But we may not have to wait till the end. You had to wonder this was coming. That's the Intercontinental Champion. Raquel just chokeslammed Io Sky off the top. Not this way. Not this way. Oh! Io Sky stays alive. Raquel and Roxanne came to play into effect. Roxanne distracting referee Jessica Carr. Raquel chokeslamming Io Sky off the top. Still was not enough to keep down Io Sky. That is a test of the heart that Io Sky has to being champion. Roxanne tried to get involved. Cause a distraction. Io maybe have been thinking the oblivion. Liv got sent over the top, but got caught by the Judgment Day. The women of the Judgment Day. However, it's just going to get bad for everybody. Moonsault off the top. The thing about it is, Liv Morgan, the actual champion, managed to get out of harm's way. Now she realizes, trouble. Oh my. Just got spiked with a head scissor right into the mat as Io was trying to get through the ropes back into the ring. Liv Morgan knows how to take advantage of a distraction. Liv heading up high. Io. Oh, what an uppercut. Sky gonna climb. Trying to break down Liv Morgan. This is going to go from bad to worse. And a Spanish fly from the genius of the sky. New champ? Not quite. Liv Morgan keeps her gold, even if it's just for a little bit longer. The champ is still in it, still has some gas left in the tank. Let's get another look at that perfection from the genius of the sky, from Io Sky. What a way. Just an incredible opener to this two-night extravaganza that is SummerSlam. It's the biggest party of the summer. It doesn't get any bigger, doesn't get any better than this. Two of the top superstars colliding, women's world title on the line. Io Sky, a former multi-time women's champion, former Money in the Bank winner. Liv Morgan, the current women's world champion. I mean, this is it. Io Sky going for one more, but this time it's a backbreaker instead. This is the second time that we've seen Liv really grasp for the back. The first time was after that sunset flip power bomb to the outside on the floor by Io Sky. Io, think another bullet train. Nobody home on that attempt. The first one Io got, thinking Oblivion, this time blocked. What does Io have in mind? And turning around. Don't see that often. Always adding some new tricks. That's what you got to do. Keep it fresh. No way. Own move against her. Can you imagine the embarrassment if Liv Morgan lost with her own move used against her? And not today, as Liv Morgan manages to kick out. Was not going to go down like that. It doesn't end for Liv Morgan in that way. Liv Morgan, she's got the willpower to stay in it, that champion's mentality to do what you got to do, to fight till the very end. Was thinking for the over the moonsault, tweaked the ankle, is Io, and then gets caught with a double knees, stacking up high. Oh, but Io kicks out. It can't get any crazier than this. The emotions are coming heavy from the champion, thinking that that was it, thinking that she had won it right then and there, jumping off the top, nailing her challenger, Io Sky, with the double knees. It was perfection. Perfection doesn't always mean it's game over. Thinking Oblivion again, nobody home. Liv managed to hold on to the ropes. Coming from behind. Oh my. Oh! Oh my God. The German suplex on the apron and a bullet train right into the post. But that did some damage to Io in the process. May have done some damage, as I mentioned. You're going to have to go right for it. You can't waste any time. You found yourself an opening. This is the moment. Get your SummerSlam moment. Over the moonsault, another attempt, but this time Liv Morgan got the boots up. Here it is. What? She just blocked Oblivion, but a code breaker. Now there it is. Oblivion. She got it and got all of it to retain the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan is still the women's world's champion. These two brought everything. They did not hold back. Liv Morgan retains the world's championship. A heartbreaking loss for her challenger. Well, the woman who was her challenger. That being Io Sky. Io Sky, a couple attempts. First attempt, injured her ankle landing on her feet. Double knees off the top. Liv Morgan thought she had it there when she stacked up Io Sky. Not quite enough to keep Io Sky down. Io Sky got a gnarly German suplex to Liv Morgan, and then a bullet train. That did some damage to the knees. And that little bit of time that Io Sky was holding onto the knees was the difference maker in the time that it took her to climb up when she was going for another attempt at the over the moonsault. The double knees in the end, followed up with an oblivion and a lean back stack. 1, 2, and 3. Holds on to the gold. The Judgment Day is the holder of multiple world titles. From the Women's World Championship to the Women's Intercontinental Championship. They've got the gold. Well, that was the first match. What do we think? I think if Rhea wasn't hurt, she would have picked her. Probably. You never know. It could have been a possibility. There could have been some sort of turn on somebody. It's hard to say. I mean, we'll never know. I mean, I guess we won't know until season 4 of Unreal. I don't watch that. I can't get myself to watch it. Sounded good. Good match. Yeah, it was a good match. You watched the first episode. Yeah, I mean, I think I watched I think I watched all of the first season. Oh. Long time. That's a long time no see. Rocky, welcome on in. Hey, I had to make a new account. Well, thank you for following, Rocky. It's good to see you, old pal. Thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. I really want to make it so I can stream more often. You know, I can stream more often with your guys' support. Forgot your password and my other, so I had to make a new account. Damn, that. Did you try, like, resetting it? We got some peeps hyping it up over on the TikTok. Yeah, I did, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. That's weird. Guys, give me a second. I gotta delete this thing over on All right, I just had to get rid of that bot over on Twitch. That's all. Yeah, it was a solid match. Liv retained the title. Can't go wrong. It was a good match. Liv's over right now, so there's no reason to have her lose the championship. The fans love her. She's bringing in money, so yeah. Can't go wrong with it. A victory for Liv Morgan. SummerSlam should be returning in just a matter of moments as we get to 6-man tag action. And let's go over that before we're going to do a little review, or a little preview, should I say. Where is it? I got to scroll back up. 6-man action as the Bloodlines, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu. Then it's all against LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys. Unfortunately, no matter where you watch it, there's going to be ads. I couldn't get ESPN. Did for WrestleMania, and all the ads were horrible. It's funny because I have the premium bundle because I have Disney Plus. And there's really not many ads. It just stays on a screen. It doesn't show you anything. So either way, there are going to be ads no matter where you watch. Otherwise, it just shows you a screen that says commercial break. Be back. Solid matchup to kick off SummerSlam. Royce Keys turning on LA Knight and Solo, or we see Umaga Sun show up. That would be cool to see Zilla Fatu show up. X-Pac's in the house. Sean Waltman is here. Dan Spivey, wrestling legend, an all-time great, Dan Spivey, and the mouth of the South, WWE Hall of Famer, Jimmy Hart. LJNs are back, better than ever. The classics are back. Oh, the Hart Foundation has their own tag team pack for the LJNs. As we get ready for our 6-man tag team match, anything's possible. What is this? What is this? It's time for tag team action. 6-man tag match. The Usos are coming out. There he is, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Sorry if I'm just staring at the screen waiting. A scary sight to see when Jacob Fatu is ready to fight. When Jacob Fatu's in fight mode, well, I pray for you that you aren't on the opposite end of it. This match brought to you by Gears of War E-Day. You can pre-order it now. Things look very good for the Bloodline. You just look at them. But also, I gotta say, look at this, man. The power of Royce Keys. Royce Keys soaking in the moment. It is his first SummerSlam appearance. So a big night for Royce Keys to be a part of the biggest party of the summer. Solo Sikoa, a man who knows the Bloodline all too well. Well, considering technically by blood, he is a part of it, being that he is the younger brother of the Usos and cousin to Jacob Fatu. Is it a mock that Solo Sikoa is wearing red and black, representing the Bloodline, despite not being the Bloodline? Although I gotta say, Royce Keys has also got some red and black on. Meanwhile, the Usos and Fatu are in a blackout, wearing all black. It's time to get loud, because everybody's about to be saying, yeah, because it's LA Knight, the megastar, has arrived at SummerSlam. LA Knight, for like 3 or 4 years, LA Knight's been caught in this bloodline drama. In fact, it was a few years ago that it was Solo Sikoa who cost LA Knight. Here we go. This match gets started. It's now a brawl for all. I don't know if I'm the referee. I don't know how I'm containing this thing at all. This has just been a problematic thing going on. I was trying to find the words to fully describe it, but it's been problematic to say the least. LA Knight dumping Jimmy to the floor. However, Jimmy's back at it as Jimmy takes flight with the help of Jay pulling down the top rope. It's Jay and Solo going at it. Oh, nope, blocked. Jay 5-1 at SummerSlam. Jimmy. Well, Jimmy's still undefeated. Solo mocking his brother. Asking for the Yeet chance to be restarted. Mind games. Solo Sikoa has found a way to break his shell, really come into his own, finding himself as his own man. The Samoan werewolf. No choice but to join the bloodline after falling short of victory against Roman Reigns at the Bloodlines Rules match in Torino at Clash in Italy. Pop up. Samoan drop by Fatu. Jacob Fatu, just like that, slamming down, making light work. And a senton. Solo, who was offered a spot back with the bloodline, but Solo doesn't seem interested right now. The orders were to bring Solo back to the family. And can there ever be a day where that's even possible? Can you imagine how unstoppable the bloodline would become if then you add the enforcer, Solo Sikoa? However, what had to happen, LA Knight has found some backup. He's found Royce Keys finding Solo Sikoa. Well, Solo Sikoa is in a rough spot right now, being that he's in enemy territory and fresh tags are being made. No opportunity to regroup, no opportunity for a breather as Solo Sikoa's body just draping over that middle rope. Jay getting aggressive, raking at the face. And speaking of aggressive, a cheap headbutt, should I say, from Jacob Fatu to Solo. Solo trying to drag himself to his corner to make a tag. He desperately needs to get there. However, it's Jacob Fatu blocking it from happening. Jacob Fatu saying, "We loved you." If there's anything that is for sure is how many times you heard Jacob say it. I love you, Solo. Solo is the man who brought Jacob Fatu into WWE. But Jacob eventually broke and had had enough of Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu went to pin Solo. Solo was able to kick out. All that weight right onto the skull. And a super kick to LA Knight. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu have their own history over the United States Championship. Jacob and Sikoa. Oh. There it is. Royce Keys had his WrestleMania weekend moment winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So that's a big moment for Royce Keys. Was going to take an opportunity to cover. However, instead it's time to muscle up. Bring down with the world's strongest slam. Paying homage to the man that made an appearance on the pre-show, who had joined Joe Tessitore on the pre-show, being the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Royce Keys coming in with some right jabs and knocking Fatu off the apron. But the distraction by Fatu allowed Jimmy to get a super kick in on Royce Keys and a second one. More fun for Royce Keys. And all of its sarcasm as he got caught with another super kick. Jimmy looks to go high risk, taking flight. I was going to say, U.S. Airlines was about to leave U.S. Bank. It still might, because we're going to see two men take flight. What does Royce Keys have in mind? Jimmy shifting his weight so that there's no opportunity for Royce Keys to get in there. What a slam on a Jimmy Uso. Royce Keys just powering through it. A true monster among men. LA Knight is back up on the apron. He wants in, desperately wants to get in to get his hands on the bloodline. Can Royce Keys get there? That is the big question. Jay's in. LA Knight's in. LA Knight, fresh as a daisy, ready to go. Jay gets slammed and driven. Jacob Fatu again knocked off the apron. Just when you think Jacob Fatu is going to try and get in this matchup, he gets knocked off the apron. Dropping the elbow on Jay and removing Jacob from the equation. Was thinking BFT. Blocked and a spear. Just like that, but LA Knight stays alive. That was out of nowhere. A spear that even Roman Reigns can be proud of. A mere sold-out crowd at the U.S. Bank Stadium. Jay is heading up to the top. But LA Knight and his leaping ability. Superplex. But look who's there ready to make sure nothing happens. Oh, spinning solo. Watch your back. Driving the Impaler DDT. The straps come down. Royce Keys is ready for it. Spine buster. What a super kick. Royce Keys wanted to avoid. I mean, oh my God. I have never seen anything like that. The way he used Jacob Fatu's momentum against Fatu, sending him over the top. Wait. LA Knight. Oh. Spear. Another spear. LA Knight goes down. Jimmy heading high. It's as classic as it gets when it comes to the Usos. But what's always going to be a classic is the willpower that LA Knight holds. Daryl Sharma, the referee. Busy night in the office. 6 men who want blood. Thinking 1D. Solo with a Samoan spike. LA Knight. BFT spiking Jay right on the top of his skull. Good night. Thanks for coming. A true team of Avengers coming together to take out the Bloodline. I just can't imagine this is it, though. They got it done, but is it over? They all managed to work together to make it happen. Get another look at this. This power slam by Royce Keys over the barricade to the floor on the other side of the barricade by the timekeepers area. It's just an impressive feat of strength. There's no other way to say it. LA Knight always manages to find some extra energy. The Samoan spike up on the apron. It looked all too familiar. Every time that Solo has screwed somebody, he finally screwed the right people. The bad side of the trail. Is it going to happen? Is LA Knight down with it? Yeah. LA Knight's getting in there. All right. So we are 2 matches into SummerSlam. I'm going to take a quick break. back. All right. I am back. So we are 2 matches into the first night of SummerSlam. Royce keeps turning on LA Knight. Well, unfortunately, none of that happened. Well, not unfortunately. Well, none of it happened. And it ended clean and nothing. No aftermath, no nothing. It was simple what it needed to be, because there probably will be an aftermath in another match. And if you have too many aftermaths on the same show, then it just takes away from the one that is the most important one. You got to really focus your attention on doing one story at a time. Because they could do something, easily do something with Cody, whatever they're going to do with Cody and Punk. I don't expect there to be an aftermath with Brock and Oba, other than maybe a handshake and Brock putting, maybe if he decides to retire, putting his boots in the ring again. Maybe he'll do a speech, this time, maybe he'll do like a "this time is for real," riding off into the sunset. But if Brock Lesnar's going to do it, you do it in Minneapolis. SummerSlam is Brock Lesnar's show. Always has been. SummerSlam has always been Brock Lesnar's show. From his first SummerSlam, when he won his first WWE Championship defeating The Rock, to the birth of Suplex City with John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. It's just been that way. It's just how it is. SummerSlam has been Brock Lesnar's show. So if tonight is the last night, if tonight's the last night for Brock Lesnar, if tonight is it, then we saw a once-in-a-lifetime performer. Coming up, this is going to be the true classic of professional wrestling, the best of the best that pro wrestling has to offer. Lorelai saying she had to go to YouTube in order to watch me. Thank you for tuning in over on YouTube. I appreciate you heading over there. Showing the YouTube channel some love. YouTube.com/@hypethecommentator. Show some love to the channel. I post videos daily there. So if you like the commentary, I post the commentary of full matches, and then I post the link to the match in the description. Gunther has absolutely had it with Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis, quote unquote, getting in his way of being a WWE champion. Nick Aldis surrendered his position as SmackDown GM for this match to compete in a WWE ring. Nick Aldis is a former NWA World Champion, a title that's been held by some of the all-time greats. I'm talking the likes Harley Race, Ric Flair, Terry Funk. Now this is the Nick Aldis that I've come to know. Yeah, I've seen Nick Aldis in person one time, and I was like, oh man, he is tall. Indeed, he did. that in nearly 3 years, Nick Aldis enters a WWE ring, former NWA World Champion, former TNA World Champion. In fact, one of those TNA World titles he won was by being AJ Styles' last match in TNA. And that says a lot, being that AJ Styles is known as Mr. TNA. Tonight, it's Nick Aldis finally gets his moment, finally gets the opportunity an incredible reception for Nick Aldis, who obviously has kept himself in very great shape, knowing that this day would come. Nick Aldis was on the Chris Van Vliet podcast and being interviewed, saying that this is going to be emotional. Let's not forget when Nick Aldis defeated Cody Rhodes for the NWA World title. The bell rings. Dan Engler, the referee. And I was mentioning how Nick Aldis, who defeated AJ Styles in AJ Styles' last TNA match to become the TNA World Champion. I mention that because Gunther ended the career of AJ Styles earlier this year at at the Royal Rumble, which is the same pay-per-view or premium live event, should I say, that the Phenomenal One made his debut at just 10 years prior. This is an opportunity for Nick Aldis to show that he's more than just a SmackDown general manager, that he can still go in the ring. 3 years. 3 years since Aldis has been inside the squared circle. This time, it's a first for Aldis in a WWE ring. Is Aldis fully prepared? Gunther competes at the highest level week in and week out. Gunther doing some mockery, showboating on the announce desk, trying to get into the head of Aldis. Aldis staying in the ring. He's not going to fall for the trap to go to the outside onto the floor. The reason we're here is because Gunther was tired of Aldis costing him multiple title opportunities. And this has been building even longer than that. Gunther has always been frustrated with Aldis. And when you abuse somebody who doesn't want to use their power to physically do something about it, eventually they're going to snap. And here we are. Nick Aldis is ready to compete. That only infuriated Aldis. After that chop, Aldis explodes out of the corner and just hammering away. Up and over. Catching Gunther. Caught, blocked. Dropped. Aldis goes for a cover. Gunther manages to kick out. Was thinking Kingsland Cloverleaf. That Cloverleaf that has won so many titles for Nick Aldis. A submission you never want to be in. A position you certainly don't want to be in. Meanwhile, position you don't want to be in was that chop that Gunther just nailed with on Nick Aldis, sent Aldis off the top all the way to the floor. Gunther is fighting for the opportunities that he feels he never got, that he feels were stolen from him. Aldis is a man driven by the fact that he is sick of it. That is Nick Aldis's wife, of course, WWE legend, hardcore country Mickie James, and their son Donovan ringside watching close. An emotional moment just to get to see Nick Aldis wrestle in a WWE ring. He mentioned it on Chris Van Vliet's podcast. This is all I've ever, this is all I've ever wanted. Having an opportunity like this, not knowing if it was actually going to happen. But here we are. It doesn't get to happen like this for everybody, where your first match in WWE is on SummerSlam. SummerSlam is up there. It's the second biggest event of the year behind WrestleMania. If it's not WrestleMania that people are talking about, it's SummerSlam. People are talking about what's happening in the summertime. That's the biggest party of the summer, and it has that name for a reason. Nick Aldis is experiencing the brutality of the chops from Gunther. Aldis starting to fight back at the ring general. The National Treasure gets sent into the corner hard by the ring general. There have been no warm-up matches for Aldis. Is it a lesson to celebrate, or is it going to be a lesson learned? There's one thing to do it when you're training. There's one thing to do it when you're in front of a crowd, when you're in front of tens of thousands of screaming WWE fans. The atmosphere is different. There's a lot more pressure on you to do your best, to succeed. Trying to lock in that Klingsman. The Kingslet. Yeah, it's that Cloverleaf. Instead, this is the sleeper that has put so many away. And this is the true career killer. If Gunther's not the career killer, it's his sleeper hold that is. Goldberg, John Cena, and most recently at SummerSlam, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Can you imagine? Gunther ends it all for Nick Aldis on Aldis's very first night in the ring as a competitor in WWE. Aldis doing his best to feed off the crowd. Gunther heading up high. Gets caught by Aldis. Aldis. Oh my. Superplex. Crash and burn. A rough landing for both men. Harsh landing. First it was that clothesline from Gunther. Superplex from Aldis. These two know what it means to fight at the highest level. This may be Aldis's first match in WWE, but it certainly isn't his first rodeo. Aldis getting "you still got it" chance. Aldis fights back. Gunther trying to get in the first shots. Aldis was able to duck and hit shots of his own. Again, Aldis breaks through. Clothesline that drops the ring general, but the ring general fights back with a clothesline of his own. The ring general. Gunther got taken out. Aldis has Gunther up on his shoulders. Running power slam, much like one of his idols, the British Bulldog. But Gunther kicks out. The British Bulldog, a man that Aldis attributes to him pursuing a career in professional wrestling, and more specifically, Wembley Stadium, SummerSlam 1992, Bret the Hitman Hart and British Bulldog colliding for the Intercontinental Championship. Off the top. Nobody home. Oh, and a boot to the leg. Scooping and slamming the ring general. The National Treasure is looking impressive. Aldis has a little bit of a struggle there. Elbow drop comes in hot. He got all of it too. Aldis, can he do it in his first match in 3 years? Gunther was not prepared for it to end this way. Kingsland Cloverleaf coming right up. As I said earlier, a move that has won Aldis so many world titles. It's going to go from bad to worse. Can you imagine? Talk about shattered dreams. This could become a nightmare for Gunther. Gunther finds the bottom rope. Aldis not ready to let go. Frustrating for Nick Aldis. Gunther managed to survive and make it to the bottom rope. Nick, you got to stay on it. You can't let it, that moment, get in your head thinking you had it won, but Gunther managed to get to the bottom rope. Stay on the ball. You can see the exhaustion settling in. Oh, Aldis sent into the turbo. Oh, sleeper, but not today. Aldis has a sleeper. Aldis. Oh, but a separation created with a Saito suplex. Spiking powerbomb, stacking up Aldis. Aldis is not done. Here comes the elbows from the ring general. This is where it gets bad. When there's nowhere to run, when there's nowhere to hide, when you are stuck in no man's land. It's all wrapped up like a Christmas present, but Aldis does not want to stay down. Aldis does not want to let this opportunity go to waste. Fighting back up is Aldis, but Aldis goes right back down. That's it. That's it. Aldis with no choice but to tap out. Nick Aldis may not have won this match, but he certainly killed it on his first night. Got to give credit where credit is due. Aldis had an impressive showing. Gunther thought this was going to be easy. It was going to be done. It was going to be over. And the thing about it is, it wasn't as easy as Gunther thought it to be. Nick Aldis. Hats off to Nick Aldis and his moment to shine at the biggest party of the summer. When we first saw this, Aldis had a sleeper counter, got caught in a Saito suplex, then got drilled by the power bomb, stacked up. Nick still managed to stay in it. This was game over, though. Aldis had no choice at the end but to tap out. Like many that have come before him, once Gunther gets the sleeper, it is game over. The ring general is victorious here at SummerSlam. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Diesel Dublin for sharing the live stream over on TikTok. Thank you all for being the support. Nick Aldis stands up. An incredible showing, an incredible display by Aldis. And Nell and Nasty. Nick Aldis's son and wife. A face that looks all too familiar, Mickie James. Great match, great moment. When you want something, he worked hard for it. Aldis took this as an opportunity. When he was ready, when the opportunity came, he made the best of it. He may not have won, but he certainly made a believer out of tens of thousands. 50,000 plus here at US Bank Stadium are believers, all because of what Nick Aldis showed he can do inside the squared circle. Many who didn't know who Nick Aldis was before certainly know that Nick Aldis lives up to being the national treasure. And to answer, and just to respond to Lorelai saying Avery is following in his dad's shoes. Yes, Avery is. I've been seeing it that he's got some matches coming up. One against Marcus Mathers in GCW. Marcus is a pretty cool guy. I've worked with him when I was at MCW, helping him. I think I recorded a pre-match promo of his or something. He came in for the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup, the Shane Shamrock Cup, a few years back or a couple of years or whatever it's been. We are now halfway through SummerSlam. But still, what that means is there's still more action to come. I encourage you guys to keep chatting with each other, start some conversations, make some new friends. I'm going to take a short break and we'll be back in just a few minutes. My voice needs a little bit of a breather before we get set for our next contest. We are back live. UFC lightweight fighter Michael Chandler is here at SummerSlam. All the celebs are in town. Zach Brown and Kendra Scott. Busted Open Radio is in the house. The crew. Dave LaGreca, Bubba Ray, and ECW's own legend, the two legends, should I say, Bubba Ray and Tommy Dreamer. It's time for some women's sixth women tag team action. And it was Nikki Bella who was out for quite some time. Paige returning at WrestleMania to team with Brie Bella to go on and win the women's tag team titles. Nikki Bella returning, dealing with an injury. Now she has the opportunity to finally get back in the ring. But there's a new team in town. And they go by Fatal Influence. And they hold the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Fallon Henley, Laney Reed, led by JC Jane. JC Jane, a former NXT Women's Champion. And you could say that the same could be said about Paige. On a many moons ago, Paige, a holder of the NXT Women's Championship. These three are ready. They've been waiting to take over, and now it's time to kick the legends to the curb. The future is the present, and trying to make the past extinct. Oh, what a shot. Fallon Henley just nailed Brie Bella. Oh. Brie Bella, a Hall of Famer. The Bella Twins inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame just a couple years ago. Perhaps it may not be too long before it's Paige's turn. Here comes the yes kicks by Brie Bella. Oh, cheap shots were attempted. Cheap shots failed by the other two. Laney Reed and JC Jane tried, but it ain't going to work on Nikki and Paige, who had it already scouted. They know all the tricks in the playbook. Been there, done that, seen it happen. They've experienced it. They've done it. There's a reason. Oh! JC Jane takes advantage. Oh! Stomping the face. Oh my God, that was devastating. Devastating stomp to Brie Bella's head into the steel steps. And then JC Jane with a cannonball to Brie into the steps to follow up. JC Jane has taken over with the fatal influence. Fallon Henley, Laney Reed. They are vicious. They are hungry. They don't want to hold back. They don't want to wait for the opportunity to come to them. They are taking the opportunity and letting everybody else complain about it. The best way to be heard is make yourself be heard. You don't wait for the opportunity to speak. Don't raise your hand. You speak. Or speak now, or you can forever hold your peace. And trust me, these three women are not here for peace whatsoever. They're here for chaos. They've already got the tag titles. The only thing they need is a world's title. And they will control the women's division. Oh! Sent to the floor. Brie, can she get there? Brie doing what she can. Slides through and blocks the attack. What a forearm by Laney. Nailed Paige in the jaw. Tried to take a cheap shot at Nikki, but Nikki wasn't falling for it. However, Brie, the distraction worked well for Brie to take down Laney. Now Brie makes the tag, and it's time for Nikki to shine and thrive. Reed's face getting bounced right off of Nikki's knee. Fallon sent it into JC, and then an inadvertent DDT that JC Jane just gave to Fallon. I guess you could say she had Fallon right into it. Meanwhile, Nikki goes for the cover on Laney, but still not enough. Oh! Knocked off the apron. Nikki doesn't want any part of that. Wait. Roll up, wait. Cheap. Nikki Bella. Fallon Henley trying to help out, but Paige is there to make sure nothing goes wrong. Cannonball off the apron. Nikki got it to end it all. JC Jane is there to save the match for Fatal Influence. And what was fatal was that super kick right on the money on Paige by Jane. Brie Bella came in and just nailed JC Jane out of the ring. I'd say it'd be time for some twin magic, but not sure what they have in mind. Up and through. Fallon Henley grabs the leg and pulls Brie to the outside. Roll through, roll through, roll through. Oh, that was brutal. Plans coming in for Fatal Influence. Driving through. Spiked. Driven. And evict. No, Paige is there. Just when you thought it was game over, Paige is there. Laney took out Paige. These 6 women are just bringing the fight to each other. Jane gets sent to the floor by Brie just when you thought it was going to be Brie getting sent to the floor. And Fallon Henley nails Brie. Fallon Henley, the only woman in this match on her feet at this point. It's Henley mocking the Bellas. And Henley gonna send a full message. Both women now down. Who's gonna get back up first? And the tag is made. JC Jane is in. Tag's made, and nobody was home either. Sunset flip, sunset flip. Deep into a cover. Nope. Went for a side swipe. Discus forearm just railing through Paige. Good night. The win picked up by Fatal Influence here at SummerSlam. Always a plan for Fatal Influence and a massive victory. They just defeated former women's world champions. Former women's champions have been defeated. Hall of Famers defeated by Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence continues to show their dominance as JC Jane wants to add even more gold. Again, there was some brutal things that occurred in this match, from that cannonball into the steps. This is the end. The boot comes up. Paige, sunset flip. Trying to score it through. Not quite enough. Discus form. Just knocked the lights out for Paige. That would be the one and done for Fatal Influence to get the victory at SummerSlam. That was brutal. Oh! What are you... The Bellas have had it. The Bellas are taking their frustrations out on Paige. Paige came for Brie and Nikki when they needed her the most. Now they were trying to target the neck of Paige. What is this? There's gotta be so much more than the fact that they just lost this match. You come into something knowing you're gonna do something. This was planned. You gotta think win or loss, this was gonna happen. It's devastating for Paige. Nikki didn't like that her spot was taken, but it was Brie that stepped up to help out so that Brie could have the title. Well, with that being said, let's see, what do we have next? With that being said, that is oh. What is next? We have, that's done. That happened. That already happened. That already happened. 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. So next up, we have either Punk and Cody or the Hell in a Cell match between Brock and Oba. It's time for a double main event, should I say. Triple Mania going to take place at MGM Grand Garden Arena. First ever 2-night Triple Mania. Triple Mania 34 pre-sale Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Tickets on sale Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific on Axis. Cody Rhodes, you can see the man who wants it all. QB1 wants his gold back. And Punk getting warmed up. That's coming next. And I'm going to take another break as I get my voice back and ready to go for the next match, because I'm certainly going to need it. Trust me. If you've never been with us for the channel when it comes to big matches like this, my vocals get tested, strained, put to the test. It's all coming up next. Although I got to say, I'm still going to leave some for the main event. So that being said, I'm going to take a quick break before we get ready for it. 40th anniversary of SummerSlam coming to Houston. Dakin Park. November 28th. I'd love to go to Survivor. I've never been to a Survivor Series. Although I've also never been to a WrestleMania. SummerSlam Saturday has a lot more to come. Gears of War for SummerSlam. Presented by Wingstop, the wing experts. You can get flavor delivered right to your door. Get it saucy. The official credit card of WWE is Freedom. This is going to be a good movie. I'm kind of excited to see this Street Fighter movie. Big cast, yeah, certainly a big cast for the movie. To go to Lorelei, I actually got to see Dustin Rhodes wrestle at AEW Collision when they were in my hometown their first time. I think he wrestled too when he came to where I am. Looks like it's time. Round one. There's only one round. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The helmet that represents Guile, who he plays, who he portrays in the upcoming Street Fighter movie that you just saw the trailer for, coming out on October 16th in theaters. Final predictions. It's time for the world title match, or the undisputed WWE title match, should I say, because there's another world title. I think so too. Barely is saying that Cody is going to turn heel and win. Now, let's say Cody, if the plan is for Cody to turn heel, what if he can do that and doesn't have to win the match? What if he loses the match and then takes his frustration out and showing his respect for Punk, only for it to be a ruse? Cody Rhodes screams Guile and his gear. Or either that or Orton returns and costs Cody. There are multiple options for what could happen. Whatever it is, anything is possible. Lorelei over on YouTube is saying it could go either way. We're certainly going to find out. Thank you to everybody who's tuning back in over on TikTok. We have 170 followers on TikTok right now and approaching 5,000 likes on TikTok. Ever since I started posting clips back in December, like really committed to posting them a few times a week, y'all have been killing it with the likes, sharing them, posting them, reposting, the whole shebang. You saw CM Punk, who's getting ready as he makes his way out of his dressing room. Now he is in Gorilla, ready to go. Makes his way through the stage. Well, through the ramp, I guess now he's coming through. 20 years of CM Punk in WWE. He's got the big 20 on his back. CM Punk makes his way to the ring. CM Punk defending the WWE Championship against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. These two have quite the history with each other. Punk has always been like the quote unquote big brother to Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes was coming into WWE. Despite being the son of the legendary late great American Dream Dusty Rhodes, it's always it's no easy start when you come into the WWE. This one is personal. While Punk says it's about friends, just ready to go at it, ready to fight. All the tension, you can feel it. Let's head up to our ring announcer, the great Alicia Taylor. CM Punk holds up the WWE Championship, the most prestigious prize in pro wrestling. Holds it high, holds it proud. Who better to call such a big fight than senior official Charles Robinson? Punk kissing the title. These two men have been very close over the years. Now, the last few months, it's gotten sour with Punk coming back, winning the title after Cody Rhodes could not take up his opportunity against Sami Zayn. Another man who was very sour about not having the WWE Championship. Now that the bell officially has sounded, it leads the way for what is set to be a battle between friends to foes. It's gonna get a little rocky. These two know how to get under each other's skin. They know each other so well. When you spend so much time with somebody, even if you don't face somebody in the ring that much, you just knowing somebody, spending a lot of time with them in their personal life, you understand the mentality of a person and what triggers a person. And that could be a difference maker. Punk has always been so divisive with his in-ring psychology, how to play mind games with his opponents. Cody Rhodes early on dealing with an arm injury, it appears. He may have hurt his wrist early on, and Punk just smothering Rhodes. Going right after the arm, there's anything we know is that Cody Rhodes, just a few years ago, tearing his pectoral muscle. It's been 4 years, to be exact. And wow, has the time passed since Rhodes has returned to WWE following his departure? Much the same that CM Punk. Both men, you didn't know when or if they were ever going to come back to WWE. And look, here we are. Big fight feel, SummerSlam, WWE Championship. Punk's having a pretty good last couple SummerSlams. I mean, despite the ending of how things went, Punk did win the world title. I got to say, Punk did defeat Gunther last year at SummerSlam to win the world championship. And what an incredible match that was. However, the ruse of the century, Rollins faking the knee injury to cash in the Money in the Bank on CM Punk to close out SummerSlam last year. That being night one. However, we're going to find out what the plan is. What's the scoop, as they say, for night one of this year's SummerSlam for CM Punk? Last year's SummerSlam saw Cody Rhodes defeat John Cena to win back the WWE Championship. It is so crazy. You look at time, how things can change in time. John Cena's retirement tour ended. Gunther tapped out Cena. Here we are. Rhodes challenging now for the WWE Championship once again, wants the gold. A year later, is he going to have the same luck? Is the same success going to come to Cody twice in a row? Is the biggest party of the summer in favor of the American Nightmare? Oh, and Punk is continuing, going to work on the arm. Oh, and a kick to the back. Punk continuing to go to work on the arm of the American Nightmare. and raking down on the arm of Rhodes. Snapmare by Punk. That chop was certainly personal to the back. It actually might have infuriated Rhodes more than it did anything else, as Rhodes goes right for a side headlock. Now it's Rhodes' turn to get in some offense. Now we go back to the basics. Thing about it is, Punk's so technically sound. Punk has always been known to be a talker. He talks a lot of smack. The thing about Punk is he's always been able to walk the walk on fact of the fact that he certainly can talk the talk. Now, the thing is Cody Rhodes going to walk the walk and take back the gold and be back to running the show as QB1. Rhodes with a suicide dive to Punk. Punk gets laid out on the floor. Cody's arm experiencing a lot of damage. Rhodes goes back into the ring and quickly rolls back out just to break the ref's count. Cody Rhodes, high knowledge of the fact that pin or submission is the only way he's going to defeat Punk to leave as WWE champion. I mean, that was the entire part of finishing the story, was Dusty Rhodes defeating superstar Billy Graham by countout over 50 years ago. Only for it to not be the reason that Dusty Rhodes wouldn't be champion. For it to be the reason that Dusty Rhodes wasn't champion. The title that haunted and what haunted Dusty, what Cody carried. Cody has now become a 3-time WWE champion. Let's make it number 4 for the roller coaster, as those around know the American Nightmare as. It's one of those things that gets used to get inside the head of the American Nightmare. Punk with a snap on that suplex. Rhodes able to kick out quickly. There's a long way to go if you're going to keep the American Nightmare down. Punk was grabbing on the nose now, putting some torque on the neck of Rhodes. Punk is at a point. Punk's been doing this for so long. Punk has experienced some really bad injuries. Torn triceps. Knee injuries. It's anything you think can happen in this sport, in this industry, can and will happen. It's kind of happened to Punk. And speaking of injuries, Punk's knee just buckled out. When you get to a certain point in your career, you've been doing it for so long, your body breaks up. And everything has to be warmed up properly. Otherwise, it's not going to go as well as you think once you get out there. One for the running bulldog. Punk got blocked. And driving the knee onto the knee of Punk. And kicking the leg from under Punk. Rhodes is starting to get a little dirty. Rhodes is going to make sure this ends in a solid fight. It could be rough for Punk. A tough day in the office, as they say. If Punk's knee is to go out, it makes it harder for Punk to attempt the GTS, which is exactly what he just tried to do. Dragon screw. Continuing to go to work on the leg of Punk. Now, with the GTS out of the play, perhaps out of the play, it's not for sure and for certain. You never know if Punk has enough willpower to find some sort of something, some way to get it. But Cody Rhodes is doing his best to make sure Punk is nowhere capable enough to connect for the go to sleep. As Cody Rhodes drives Punk into the corner. Punk's gone for the left arm of Cody Rhodes, knowing that Rhodes dealing with that torn pec a few years ago. And now Punk's knee and leg being taken out, starting to be taken out of the equation. If Punk's knee is out of the equation, not all hope is lost. For CM Punk, he's always got a trick up his sleeve. The way the knee buckled on CM Punk as he went over on that dragon screw, the way it got snapped down. Cody Rhodes getting vicious. No remorse. Punk made it personal. Rhodes is just showing what happens when you make it personal. Stepping a little bit outside the box, a little bit out of the comfort zone. Punk kicking back at Rhodes. Punk has Rhodes. Cody. Oh! Was he thinking Cody cutter? Was he thinking disaster kick? We'll never know, because Punk caught Rhodes in midair. You saw a shot of the WWE Championship. That's what this match is all about. What we do need to see is Cody thinking. I did look like Cody was shifting more for a disaster kick, only for Punk is starting to feel it. Punk is getting the engines fired up. And a scoop slam takes down the American Nightmare. Punk trying to push through the pain in the knee. And it's not going to be easy to climb the top. Is this even wise if you know you have damage done to your body? How wise is it to do something like that? CM Punk, who took a lot longer to climb up to the top. Punk could be in deep, deep trouble, as Rhodes could be a huge turning point if Rhodes can get the superplex. Punk fighting Rhodes off, though, showing there is still life in the WWE Champion. Rhodes gets knocked off the top. What is left in the tank for the undisputed WWE Champion? Punk is climbing, and he's climbing high. Reach for the stars. Homage to the great late Macho Man. But not enough to retain the elbow drop. Got all of the money, but none of the rewards of it. He cashed the check, but the check bounced back. Let's get another look at this elbow drop by CM Punk. But it did not come into effect. It did not work out. Punk signaling for go to sleep despite the damage to his knee. Can he get there? He does. He's got Cody up on his shoulders, but Cody fights Punk right back down. Rhodes. Cody! Cutter! Nailed and railed. Will it be? It's not. Punk getting the shoulder up at 2.5. Just when you think you're there, it's not enough to put away the best in the world. Cody Rhodes set out on proving that CM Punk truly is no longer what he says he is, that being the best in the world. Disaster kick, catches money, fly, hooks the leg, and again, Punk survives. Cody Rhodes moving down the knee pad to literally fist fight the knee of Punk and do some damage to the knee. Now what? If Cody's going for what I think he's going for, the end could be near. We could be seeing Rhodes once again as champion. The Super Cody Cutter. Is this enough? And it's not. Again, CM Punk kicking out. Cody Rhodes' eyes tell a story. Get another look at that. Super Cody Cutter. The shock of disbelief. He thought it was won. He thought game was over. He thought that the final goal was scored. The field goal to win the Super Bowl, to be champion, to get that ring around the finger, the proverbial ring that truly is in representation, the WWE Championship. Cody was thinking crossroads. Punk realized it and dropped down quick to get a kick, but Rhodes is already back up. Going for the knee, think of that figure four. Punk driving Rhodes, and now stacking up. Cody was able to fight through. Punk's got Cody up. GT not today, as it got blocked, and Cody has Punk in the danger zone. No man's land, nowhere to go for CM Punk, caught in the center of the ring. Cody Rhodes has been putting Punk's knee through hell for this moment when he could connect with the figure four leg lock, as Rhodes punches away at Punk to keep Punk down, to get the submission fully applied. Is tonight the night for number 4 for the American Nightmare? CM Punk trying to shift the momentum, trying to turn it over so all the impact is all on the knee of the American Nightmare. He gets there. Now the damage is done onto Rhodes. Punk makes it to the bottom rope. The damage is done, but who got the worst of it? Punk was in it for a significant amount of time, but still managed to get Cody Rhodes over. Cody going after Punk, looking to do it again. It seemed that Punk was trying to start getting himself amped up, but Punk rolls up. So wait. Anaconda Vise, I mentioned it earlier. If the GTS gets taken out of play, there's always a submission. Anaconda Vise, and look at the way that Cody's arm is trapped. The other arm is trapped too. Cody, great ring awareness, able to find the bottom rope. Punk held it on for a couple extra seconds to make sure he could get some damage. Punk's been going to work on the arm, and the off chance he was going to have the opportunity to use the Anaconda Vise. I will say Punk went for a kick to Cody with a bad leg, and, well, Punk certainly felt all of it and regretted it instantly using that leg. CM Punk has to resort to using the right knee, the good knee that he has left on Cody. Cody trying to use the ropes to pull himself up. CM Punk again gonna call for it. Again gonna call the end. He wants to make sure Cody naps and he sleeps well through the night with a GTS. Cody grabs onto the ropes. Again. Oh my God. Spinning through. Oh, but Punk able to get a takedown on Rhodes. And again. Whoa. This time, center of the ring. Anaconda Vise. Trapped. This is bad for Cody Rhodes. This is not where you want to be whatsoever. Rhodes doing everything he can to force Punk's grip off of him. Punk, jackknife cover. Great core to bridge out of that pinfall. Cody Crossroads! Game over for Pawn. Nope. As close as you can say it gets to 3. That's where Cody Rhodes got to following that Crossroads. Let's get another look at this. First, the break on through the bridge up. Home run. At least what was thought to be a home run. Just to not go over the fence. It was not out of the ballpark at all. But close. US Bank Stadium, Minnesota, getting absolutely electric for what they're witnessing. And Cody Rhodes is now the man who is ready to put away Punk for good. You saw Cody holding on to the arm. Cody perching Punk up at the top. This is the best of the best. So Cody's going to have to go the extra mile to put down CM Punk. What is he doing? What in the world is CM Punk or what is about to, whatever he's about to experience is going to be brutal, but what is Cody Rhodes going for? Whatever it was, I don't think we're going to find out. Being that CM Punk just back elbowed Rhodes off the top. Punk tried to go for a moonsault. I don't think he quite got there on Rhodes. Like nearly spiked the head of Rhodes with his knee. I don't know if we'll ever see Punk try something that risky again. Keep in mind, Punk has been doing this for a very long time. So to pull something out like that at this point in his career, this deep into a high stakes match that has been grueling, gotta hand it to CM Punk. The athleticism it takes to even attempt something like this. That's classic. Two, tugging it out, rugging it out. Who is gonna get the best of the other? Punk just slapping Rhodes only and a back fist. Shot at Rhodes. Now a GTS attempt. Go to sleep. Good night. The problem is Punk's injured knee is preventing Punk from getting there. And Rhodes had enough time to kick out. As this match stays rolling. So Punk gets the GTS, but the knee, that's the knee. And then not only does Punk grasp the knee, but it takes longer when you have to pull all of your weight on one leg just to get to the pinfall. And then not be able to use all of your weight for the pinfall because your knee is damaged. It's a well-rounded, fully thought-out plan to take out the knee by Cody Rhodes. And it certainly played into effect right there. That's going to keep this match going until the very last breath of one of these two superstars, when they can no longer stay in it. Punk is on the top of the Spanish announce desk. Cody just swept the legs of Punk. Cody swept Punk off his feet. Cody thinking Crossroads on the floor. Punk scouted it, realizing danger. Punk gets sent shoulder first into the steps. Robinson, who was nearing 10 at the count of 8, could have ended this match, could have ended in count out. And that would have been heartbreaking, especially how intense this battle has been, knowing what has been building up leading into this matchup. giving a little leeway to Rhodes and Punk. Rhodes trying to shake off the damage that Punk has done to Rhodes throughout this match. GTS is the second time the charm. But Rhodes, again, knowing exactly where he is, finds his hand, the bottom rope. Grasping the bottom rope just when Punk thinks he's had it won. Two gladiators going to war. This is what professional wrestling is all about when it's at its finest. This thing spills right back to the floor. CM Punk has Rhodes. What's he thinking? No way. No way. I can kind of think what's going to happen. Oh boy. Whatever Cody Rhodes may or may not have left, it's certainly going to get a hell of a lot worse. CM Punk breaking the official's count. Punk trying to shake off the damage in his knee. Trying to shake it off. Trying to rally some adrenaline back into his system. Punk getting crazy. Go big or go home. Up top, nobody home. Oh my. Crash, burn, nobody home, nobody there. Punk is out like a light. Whatever Punk is dealing with, that's got to be it for Punk. The thing about it is, Cody Rhodes has to get Punk back into the ring. He has to lift up the lifeless body of Punk, get it back in the ring, and then pin Punk or whatever Cody Rhodes has in mind in order to put away the WWE champion if he's going to leave as champion. Punk writhing in pain, wincing after all he's experienced. Experiencing something like that this deep into the match is not what you want to experience. Punk, damaged knee. Punk barely moving as Rhodes basically dragging the lifeless body of Punk, sending Punk back in the ring. Punk is rolling around a bit. I don't know if it's on instinct or what. Punk already has a banged up knee. And now Cody, one more. Super Cody cutter, but the ref goes down. The official went down. Went down. Go to sleep. Rhodes leans on the apron, or on the ropes. And then collapsing right back onto the shoulders of the Second City Saint. And speaking of second time. Wait. There's one crossroads, but Punk rolls to the floor. It doesn't matter. There's no official. That's Randy Orton. Randy Orton's back. We haven't seen Randy Orton since WrestleMania. RKO. The Viper strikes. Welcome back, Randy Orton. Randy Orton strikes again. The Viper strikes back. I don't think anybody knows what just happened. Punk is but the slightest clue of what just happened. Punk had not a single clue. He didn't see any of it. And you know who certainly didn't see it was referee Charles Robinson, because this match would have been over and Punk would have won by disqualification. But Cody has got to be done for. This is it. GTS. Good night. 1. Can he get there? 2. That's it. CM Punk defeats the American Nightmare. What a match. That is what it's all about when it comes to the WWE Championship. An unfortunate ending for Cody Rhodes following a returning Viper who slithered his way into existence, struck with an RKO out of nowhere to take down the American Nightmare. Would lead to Punk, who never saw it. Certainly Charles Robinson didn't see it. GTS 1, 2, 3. Cody went for the Cody Cutter. The referee was in the way. Well, got pushed in the way, should I say. Rhodes. Here's a crossroads. Punk rolls to the outside. Punk has no idea what is going on at this point while Rhodes is trying to regroup. Here comes Randy Orton literally out of nowhere. RKO to an exhausted Cody Rhodes. CM Punk, slightest clue. Then a final GTS is the nail to secure the championship and make sure it goes home back to Chicago with the best in the world. The exhaustion is so bad. CM Punk is having a hard time holding on to the championship. Tough loss for Rhodes. QB1 has got other problems, has got bigger fish to fry now. An old friend, foe, and Randy Orton is back, and he's after the American Nightmare. Well, Barely was correct in his prediction with Randy Orton returning to cost Cody Rhodes, which doesn't exactly surprise me, being that everybody was saying that he was coming back and he had been gone since WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty straightforward. Nonetheless, a tremendous match. They put on a classic. Just what you can expect from two of the best in the industry that have been doing it forever. The disaster at ringside was bad. Disaster inside Hell in a Cell is about to take it up a whole nother level. The WWE Radio, a new exclusive channel on channel 156, Sirius XM. That's what I need, an opportunity for WWE Radio just to get my foot in the door. That'd be awesome. To call it like radio style classic, I would love that more than anything. That would be so much fun. As much as I want to be at ringside, that would be so much fun to do it radio style. The cage comes down, and I am taking my final break of the stream, as what comes next is our main event. It is about to be time for the main event. Oh, you can get the Danhausen Human Monies now at the WWE shop. And now you can curse people. You can't, definitely not going to cure people. You're going to curse them. Was handing a bunch of stuff out of the Danhausen mobile. The Human Money's on a pole match coming tomorrow. We got a whole ton of action tomorrow. U.S. titles on the line, Intercontinental titles on the line, the WWE title #1 contenders match, Human Money is on a pole, interim WWE Women's title match, and the World Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That is going to be a classic. Oba wanted Hell in a Cell. Oba's getting Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar. Home state, hometown. Brock Lesnar growing up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If anybody has it all on his side, it's Brock Lesnar. Also, doesn't hurt that he's undefeated in Hell in a Cell. And let's head down because it's time for your main event. I would say make a prediction for who wins, but let's be real. Make a prediction of how long the match is going to run. Over or under 15 minutes? Barely. You're my guy. You are having a hard time. I love that so much. And so I understood what you meant. That's so funny. 15? Over or under? Or just 15? I know you're having a tough time tonight, Barely. It's all right. You might need to. Honestly, Barely, you might need to. The cell comes down. First ever Hell in a Cell match took place St. Louis, Missouri. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Bad Blood, and saw the debut of the Devil's favorite, Demon Kane. Look at this. Look at it. The tail of the tape. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, they measure up quite well. When it comes to experience, Brock Lesnar's got it. Obafemi has the youthfulness still in it. Although, gotta say, Brock Lesnar keeps up to shape. Obafemi looks focused. He is getting a good look up and close in real time at the structure he will be enclosed in. A ruler and a beast locked in a cage. You know, usually that would be the start of some sort of joke. But there is no joke about what is going to happen once the cage comes down, once the beast and the ruler are face to face and the bell rings. When the final bell rings, when it's all said and done, someone will stand tall and someone will fall. It's a first time for Obafemi in this hellacious structure. I mean, it's got hell in the name, so one of the most dangerous structures. I mean, Mankind got thrown off the Hell in a Cell many, many years ago. To go against somebody that's undefeated for your first time in a Hell in a Cell match, you got quite the nerve to challenge. You got to be really ready for it. Obafemi wanted this. He wanted Hell in a Cell, knowing what Brock Lesnar is capable of, knowing that Brock Lesnar is undefeated in Hell in a Cell. That's the thing about it. Obafemi wanted to up the ante, knowing he wanted to leave no questions left, no questions asked when this match is done, when their feud is all over. When the scores are settled, this is it. This is what it comes down to. I do want to say one more thing. Random side note. Right after I am done this stream, I am going to get a clip up on social media. So if you're following me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, not YouTube, because YouTube will ban the clip. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you can find me there for those social medias. So you'll find them there. The Beast is here in Minneapolis. Here comes the pain. Brock Lesnar is certainly ready for a fight. Brock Lesnar looks in the best shape of his life. At 48. Brock Lesnar is shredded to the max. Won the NCAA Division I championship at the University of Minnesota. Tried out for the Minnesota Vikings. Has battled inside Hell in a Cell. Has battled inside the Octagon. Brock Lesnar has done it all throughout his career in the world of professional wrestling and combat sports. Brock Lesnar has done it all, including being a former IWGP champion. Brock Lesnar, once upon a time, had a stint in Japan. Brock Lesnar has taken an opportunity where the opportunities were awarded. Brock Lesnar's 10th SummerSlam most event match in WWE history. Most event match, most in WWE history for Brock Lesnar. They've been eyes locked since Brock Lesnar started making his way to the ring. A ruler and a king. Oh, Paul Heyman's not going to let Alicia Taylor have this one. Paul Heyman's going to do it in style. There are no rules, no disqualifications, no countouts. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide once the cage comes down. It's a first time for Obafemi to be locked in this hellacious structure. For Brock Lesnar, he's done it a few times and is undefeated inside Hell in a Cell. However, Obafemi, knowing all this, still wanted this match. Used his King of the Ring guaranteed SummerSlam main event. Used it instead of for a world championship or the WWE championship. Used it because he knew that there was some unfinished business with Brock Lesnar after their match in Torino at Clash in Italy. Knew that something had to be done to even up. Well, I guess not even up, because it was even up after Clash in Italy. To end it all. And to call the match and make sure the pinfall gets counted or the submission is called for is senior official Chad Patton. As the structure continues to come down, these two circle around, just ready, just anxiously waiting to get their hands on each other. This has begun. Obafemi gets at it at Brock Lesnar. Obafemi not wasting any time going after Brock. There is going to be no excuse for whoever loses this matchup. Oba full speed, nobody home. Brock Lesnar, Oba goes for a ride. And again, number 2, it could be Suplex City here in Minneapolis. Number 3, but Obafemi, I don't think Brock Lesnar knows. Brock Lesnar doesn't know. He does now, as he gets sent to the outside onto the floor with a clothesline. Up and over. Obafemi is a different breed. It's got to be like Brock Lesnar looking at a ghost, looking at a mirror. The way that Obafemi is able to survive so much damage and eat it like it's nothing is the way that Brock Lesnar has gone about it for years. The way that Brock Lesnar can endure pain and soak it in and then just unleash it right back ever so quickly and fiercely. It's what Brock Lesnar has started to see in Obafemi, knowing he has to go the extra mile. Lesnar trying to go for a suplex to Oba on the floor, but Oba counters with a suplex of his own to Brock Lesnar on the outside. That certainly didn't feel good for Brock Lesnar. Lesnar getting driven into the steel steps. Another Minnesota native in WWE Hall of Famer, the late Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect, who was an instrumental part in the early parts of the career of Brock Lesnar. And now it's Femi, who's got Lesnar where he wants him. It's a full circle moment for Brock Lesnar. So far in his career, meeting somebody who could potentially be his match. He finally has met his match after 20 years, 23 years, should I say. If we're going to get a little on the dot, 23, 24 years. Brock Lesnar, time and time again, has overcome everything, has made a mockery out of so many, has made the best of the best look so weak. And Obafemi has been giving Brock Lesnar a run for his money. Meanwhile, Lesnar is just nailing and hammering away at Oba with the steps. Brock Lesnar knows it's survival time, knows I got to go a step further. Obafemi is made of something different. He's going into it as if he was fighting himself one-on-one, as if Brock Lesnar had to fight himself, this is exactly how he'd do it. Be as ruthless as can be, knowing just how dangerous he is the same as how ruthless Obafemi has been. And what Obafemi is going to survive. Is that number 4 or 5? Either way, Lesnar has been bringing out suplexes. Earlier in the night, when I was reviewing this matchup, or doing a preview for this matchup, I talked about the history of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, from Brock Lesnar's very first SummerSlam, when he defeated The Rock to become the WWE champion, being the youngest WWE champion in history at the time. Scratch 14 years later, or 12 years later, should I say, to SummerSlam 2014, where it'd be Brock Lesnar and John Cena, with Brock Lesnar become the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He would do it in very convincing fashion after 14 suplexes and the creation of Suplex City. Brock Lesnar defeated John Cena. SummerSlam 2026, Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar and Obafemi in Brock Lesnar's hometown. And what has always felt like Brock Lesnar's premium live event, here we are all these years later. Brock Lesnar still dishing out the pain, and he gets to do it in his hometown. And prove that no matter how much times have changed, no matter how old he gets, he can still bring it. Brock Lesnar is in tremendous shape, has six-pack abs. Brock with a suplex to Obafemi onto the steel steps. Or steel chairs, should I say. Brock Lesnar, a 10-time world champion. Obafemi could have been challenging for a world championship tonight, but he gave up the opportunity knowing that this wasn't over, as I mentioned earlier. Knowing that another opportunity for the world title will come down. I won't be starved of opportunities for the world championship. Brock Lesnar looking for F5 number 1. Obafemi able to fight it free and just popping up and driving down. Lesnar gets sent into the mat. A turn. Obafemi looking to regroup now. Can Obafemi get back up? The way that Obafemi just with ease picking up Lesnar and then driving Lesnar into the mat shows the true power. Not too many people can say they can do that. Obafemi coming in hard with body shots to Lesnar. What an uppercut to the Beast. Oba coming in again. But Lesnar gets Oba. Lesnar gets Oba. Oba gets caught. F5, but no, Obafemi realized deep trouble. Choke slam. Brock Lesnar goes down just when Brock Lesnar thinks he's got Oba's number. No way. And just popping up and slamming Lesnar down. Oba is getting ruthless. Oba's getting hyped and ready. It could be time for Brock Lesnar to fall from grace. It certainly won't be a fall with grace. It'll be certainly devastating. It will be devastating to say the least. Up and down, fall from grace for the victory, but Lesnar manages to get the shoulder up at 2.5. Just when you think he's got it, it's not quite enough. Brock Lesnar showing it's not going to be that simple. It's going to take more than just one of those to keep me down. At WrestleMania, it only took one. Tonight, it's going to take a bit more than that. Lesnar's got an F5. Lesnar with another F5. Oba still fighting back up to his feet. Where in the world is Brock Lesnar finding this? And a third F5. Is that it? Is the trio of fury enough? But Obafemi kicks out at 2.5. Is there doubt creeping in? What does Brock Lesnar have to do to keep down Obafemi? How many F5s is it going to take? What will Brock Lesnar have to do if he's going to keep down Obafemi? Brock is back up. Brock driving the steel chair As if Brock Lesnar isn't dangerous enough on his own without a weapon. Once Brock Lesnar gets a weapon, as they say, it's like putting a hat on a hat. Who needs a weapon when it's Brock Lesnar? What is Brock Lesnar thinking? Oh my. Tearing the canvas apart. Well, at least the ring crew doesn't have to take the mats up. It's a little bit easier for the ring crew. There it is. Oh, the wooden boards. These are the wooden boards that make up the ring. This is gonna suck. There is nothing but straight wood. I mean, it's already a thin layer of padding, so, I mean, it already hurts to begin with. It's just going to get that much worse. It's supposed to help reduce the injuries, but an F5 on this, you might as well say it's done. No! An old foe! Tombstone pile driver! The same man whose streak he ended! But Obafemi denies Brock Lesnar's request for victory. Obafemi refuses to stay down. Brock Lesnar's face in sheer shock, disbelief. What in the world just happened? Obafemi just blocked and knocked the chair out of the hand of Brock. Fall from grace. Another. Will it be? That's it. Obafemi has defeated Brock Lesnar. Obafemi has done it. If this is it for Brock Lesnar, all the memories he has left, he has given us match after match. Brock Lesnar has put his body on the line year after year. The memories that Lesnar has left us. Lesnar is now defeated inside Hell in a Cell. The ruler begins his undefeated streak. And this passing of the torch inside one of the most dangerous structures in WWE history. Take a look at that earlier. After the fall from grace, Brock Lesnar sat right up, and then it became a fury of F5s. There's the first one. Brock Lesnar was set for number 2. Brock Lesnar didn't think those F5s were enough. So what's the most logical thing to do? Well, why not tear up the ring and expose the wood planks that support the ring? And then driving Obafemi head first into the planks. Tombstone pile driver from a man whose streak he ended at WrestleMania 30. Brock Lesnar has become a phenom in his own right. But the final fall from grace, a graceful victory. The guard changes. Oba with an incredible performance here at SummerSlam. Your rise, your future is now. There is nobody stopping you from gold. All right. All right. What a SummerSlam. Well, you guys are in chat. You guys get to vote on what clip gets to go up tonight. What moment, for those of you who spent the entire stream with me or spent parts of it, what moment would you like to see go up tonight? Would you like to see? Thank you, Barely. I appreciate you stopping in as always. One more thing I want to give you guys. I post clips, and I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to pick. Do you want Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar as my clip that's going to go out tonight? Or would you like the return of Randy Orton costing Cody Rhodes from winning back the WWE Championship? Either one, I'm open to. Which would you like to see? Because I'm getting ready. You want to see Oba? All right. Oba goes up tonight. Rhodes and Orton will probably go up on Monday. If you're not following me, check out Hype the Commentator on Instagram, TikTok. I think it's just Sam on Facebook. It's my full name on Facebook. I should really change that. But yeah. If you find my Facebook, go ahead and follow it over there. I just won't say it on my streaming platforms, but which is kind of ironic because the amount of views I get on Facebook. The clip won't go out on YouTube only because YouTube won't allow it. They'll probably block it, especially being at this clip. Here, let me see if I can find, I think it's here. I will message it to you. It's Sam Horn on Facebook, HORN. You'll find it. I get about 6,000 or whatever it is. I get really decent. I gotta say, Facebook does me right sometimes with the views on some of my clips. I gotta admit. So with that being said, I'm going to get right to work on this clip, get it out to you guys. It's going to go on all platforms. Have a great night, everybody. Oh, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. How could I forget? I'll see you tomorrow night. Night 2, 6 o'clock, same bat time, same bat channel.